DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com, WorkOnYourGame.com. Topic today is your attitude determines your altitude. This is an old cliche that has been said many times before. And the reason why many things become cliche is because they are based in truth. I just came from the grocery store, Whole Foods. This is early in the morning. I usually, if I can, I go to the grocery store early in the morning. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, and when I went through the line to check out at the grocery store, the woman at the counter, the register, had an attitude. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm leaving, how you have an attitude at 9 o'clock in the morning? Like, what could you possibly be mad at 9 o'clock in the morning? Ain't nothing even happened yet for you to even be mad at. How do you walk around with that kind of attitude? And I thought to myself as I'm leaving the grocery store about this woman who was working at the counter. It's not even on me to give her a piece of my mind or tell her what she needs to do or change her attitude or anything like that, because I'm not her boss. She don't work for me. She's not cashing checks coming out of my account. But the thing that I thought to myself was this woman with that attitude, you know where she's going to be a year from now? She's going to be right there at that same counter doing that exact same job, if that. She might not even have that a year from now. She might not even be working there anymore with that attitude, with that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, as the saying goes, your attitude determines your altitude. The energy that you show up with on a day-to-day basis determines where you're going and what your potential is for the future, where you could possibly go moving forward. If you have a negative attitude, if you're in a space right now that's not really where you want to be, and you have a negative attitude now, or a displeasing personality now, how could you possibly think you had the potential to move forward and get better in life? You don't have a positive attitude about level 2, there's no way you're gonna get to level 3 or 7 or level 9. And if you have a positive attitude at the level you're at now, even if you're at a level 0, if you have a positive can-do attitude, a pleasing personality, as Napoleon Hill talks about in Think and Grow Rich, when you have that kind of attitude, and also in the law of success, when you have that kind of attitude, then good things will open up for you. This is why the saying is your attitude determines your altitude. The way that you're thinking about things, your energy, the way you show up, who you're being as a person, either opens doors for you for future potential possibilities, or it closes doors to you for future potential possibilities. So even if you right now are not in a space where you want to be, you're not living the kind of life that you want to live, you don't have the things that you want to have, maybe you don't have access, you don't have the resources, you don't know the people, you're not getting the outcomes that you want, it is still your responsibility to carry a certain level of energy, a certain anticipation about your life, a certain way of looking at your life, of a certain expectation of what's going to happen moving forward, so that you open the door to the possibility of those better situations actually happening. This is a big thing. This is why energy matters so much. This is why I always tell y'all, energy is 85% of the job in life. And having the right energy, and the right energy means keeping your energy up, keeping your energy positive, having a positive anticipation for what's coming next in your life. All of these things play a role in whether or not you actually get to the outcomes that you want, and you get to the situations and the circumstances that you want in life. It is not just happenstance. It's not just luck. It's not just, all right, when things start going the way that I want them to go, then I'll start having a positive outlook, and I'll start having positive energy, and I'll start being a happier or a nicer or a friendlier individual. No. You do it first. Again, what do I tell y'all all the time? Be, do, have. You get the energy of the type of person that you want to be first. Then you take the actions that flow from that energy. Then you get the results that you want. So this is why the saying is attitude determines altitude. You gotta get your attitude right, folks. And understand that getting your attitude right is not a one-day thing. It's not something you do one time, or just because you heard Dre on this YouTube video, you decided to get your attitude right. No. Getting your attitude right is a life thing. This is an everyday thing. You get your attitude in the right space, and you keep it there on a day-to-day basis. Now, how do you do that? Well, I wrote a book to show you how to do it. It's called the Mental Workbook. It's all about how you condition your mind and how you are talking to yourself and expectations energetically that you set for yourself on a day-to-day basis. This is an everyday thing. You want to have your mind in the right space to the point that it becomes habitual, to where this is just your normal way of being. You always want to be in an upbeat, positive thinking, confident, positive expectation mental state. You want to be like this on a day-to-day basis. One thing that I tell people, especially any of you who's in a professional space where you can take wins and losses on a day-to-day basis, entrepreneurs, athletes, salespeople, any of you who's in a space where you're going to take losses on a day-to-day sometimes, is that no one should be able to tell whether you're doing good or bad based on how you show up every day. Right? You can't tell. You watch my videos, you listen to my podcast, you read anything that I put out on a consistent basis. You can't tell how I'm doing. You can't tell if I'm doing good. You can't tell if I just made 10 sales or I just missed 10 prospecting calls. You can't tell by my energy every time that I come out and put something out online. Why? Because my energy is the same. My energy is exactly the same every single time. My energy is positive expectation, upbeat, forward thinking. How can I give people some game that's going to help them move forward, no matter what is happening in my own personal situation? That's the energy that you want to have every single day, because that energy determines what's your potential for where you can go moving forward. If you got negative energy, well, guess which direction you're going? Negative. You have positive energy, you're giving yourself the possibility to move forward in possibilities. Again, that's why the phrase is be, do, have. You got to do it in that order. All that said, text me to get my daily motivation straight to your phone, free of charge. My number is 305-384-6894. And go to workonyourgameuniversity.com so you can learn how you can work with me directly in my masterminds and coaching programs. That's workonyourgameuniversity.com. Work on your game. Dre all day.